Hello, it's Jane Gallagher here, if you didn't already know me, and welcome to this STRALA Sway. So it's a class where we're just going to move how it feels good to move, beginning by standing up with your feet a little way apart, soft knees, soft shoulders, relaxed jaw, and just let the body sway side to side until you find a still point in the center. And just allow the body to soften. Allow the arms to float over the head on your next inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees, soften the elbows, fold forward. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. And again, one more big inhale, lift. Easy exhale, just soften, reaching the arms up, taking the opposite wrist with the hand, just slowly sway over to one side, making a little shelf for the head with the upper arm. Nice little stretch in the side body, we'll just swap over the hold of the hands. Nice easy elbows, relaxed neck, soft knees, just moving how it feels nice to move, floating the arms down. I'm turning round so you can see me, but stay where you are as you inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. We're going to just have a little ragdoll here, so let the head be heavy, the upper body nice and loose. Leave one hand on the ground, reach the other arm up. If you can't quite reach the floor, just place the hand on the shin or the thigh, swapping over, nice easy twist here. And then when you're ready, we'll just soften back down. And we'll take in a nice little sway to lift us up on the next inhale. Soften and lower on the next exhale. So we're just moving with the breath, just getting into the rhythm of our bodies. Just going along with the flow. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. Nice and easy. And then we're going to place the hands down, step back into a downward dog, so an upside down V. So it might not be quite the same shape as mine. You might want to move the hands and the feet till you found a comfortable position. But keeping the knees bent, the hips lifted, gaze to the knees or the toes. And then just start to bend one knee and lengthen out the other leg. Just walking the dog, finding a little space in the backs of the legs. And tuck the chin into the chest. We're going to roll forward and then we're going to come on to hands and knees. And we're going to do some cat-cows. So as we inhale, lower the belly, look up. As we exhale, chin to chest, round in the spine, looking down. So inhale up to our cow pose, exhale into our cat. So it's just gently moving the spine through its range of movement. So we don't have to go to the full range of movement, just really noticing how it feels nice to move. And then we're going to come to a plank pose, stepping the feet back. So crown reaches forward, heels back. Then we're going to drop the right knee down so it lines up with the right wrist. And the left hand reaches up, nice easy side plank. We'll do the same on the other side. So bending the left knee, reaching the top arm up and just finding some space before you come back to either a plank pose or you can come to hands and knees, and then we're going to lower onto the belly. Hands behind the back, interlace the fingers as you inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. And again, inhale, maybe lift the legs as well this time. Exhale, lower. Each inhale, lift. Each exhale, lower. Then the palms find the floor. Inhale, table pose. Exhale into a child's pose. So explore with your child's pose. You might want to take the knees wide, the hips high, hands in front, or tuck the hands down by the toes. We're just going to breathe into the back body here, to the upper ribs, the sides of the ribs, the backs of the ribs. And then we're going to thread the right arm underneath the left armpit. Maybe we'll take the left hand and reach it to the left hip, or just keep the hand on the floor. And we're just going to breathe into the upper back now. A few easy breaths. And we'll swap sides nice and gently, just threading the left arm underneath. And again, that right hand can stay where it is, or you can reach the right fingertips forward, or you could take the right hand behind the back. Just notice how it feels nice to move and breathe, making sure you're never ever suffering pain. Then we're going to come up to sit on the knees. So you might want to cross your legs or sit in another position. We'll take a big inhale, bring the palms together. As we exhale, we're going to bring the hands into the heart center. We're going to just catch our breath. So we could stay there, or we could do some alternate nostril breathing where we take the thumbs on the tips of the nostrils and then slide the thumbs over each nostril. And then with the right thumb, we close the right nostril, inhale through the left, close the left nostril, release the right, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, close the right, exhale through the left. That's one round. So we're going to do 2 more rounds. So you inhale and exhale alternately through each nostril. So this is proven in tests and scientific studies to lower stress, improve cardiovascular function, lung function, and respiratory endurance, as well as lower blood pressure. If it doesn't feel nice, just breathe through your nose, in and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. And when you're ready, just put the palms on the hands, settle yourself, hands on the knees. And then we'll crawl our way back to tabletop pose, wrists under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll just take a couple more cat-cows, and then we're going to step the left foot forward. And then we're going to stack the left knee over the ankle and have a little roll side to side. So we work on the right hip flexor first. You can stay there, or as you inhale, lift the heart, lift the arms, gaze forward. If you want to go a little deeper, you can tip the head back, look between the hands. If you want to go even further, imagine you've got a ball between the hands and you're reaching the ball behind you. Be mindful of your neck. As we exhale, hands come back down either side of the foot. We'll lift the left arm up, right hand stays down. You can tuck the right toes, lift the right knee if you'd like to. And then when you're ready, we'll lower the knee and the hand, and we'll take a runner's stretch. So we let the hips roll back, torso forward. Now, if this feels too much, we can come back to where we began with the knee stacked over the ankle and just have a little rock. And then we're going to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. You're going to come to a one-legged forward fold. So we're just going to let the body drape over the front thigh. And we can bend that front knee as much as we need to. And we're going to come to a high lunge. So if you want to make it harder, you can just lift the body. Whoops, a little sway there for me. We stack the front knee over the ankle and we're just going to rock up and down. If that's too much, we're just going to walk both feet forward. Take a big inhale, reach the hands up, bring the palms to the heart center. And then we're going to just step the right foot behind, so that left knee stays stacked over the ankle, and we can come into our lunge that way. So when we've done a few rocks up and down with our breath, we're going to take the back foot to the outer edge of the mat, come to our warrior two. So left knee stacks over the ankle, left knees and toes to the front of the mat, the back leg straight. And as we inhale, we lift the arms and the legs. As we exhale, lower. We're going to do a couple more like that. Inhale, lifts, exhale, lowers. And then when we come down next time, we're just going to flip the front palm, reach it up, back hand on the back leg, rest the front hand on the inside of the thigh, sweep the back arm up and over. So as we inhale, reverse warrior. As we exhale, extended side angle. And we'll just do one more, nice and easy. Reaching those fingertips forward. And then we'll find our warrior two again. Gaze into the middle finger of the front hand. Lift the arms. Exhale, lower. Keeping the shoulders and the jaw nice and soft. Just getting into the flow state where everything feels easy. no pain. And then we're going to come out of this pose by taking the left hand down, right hand down, turning the back toes forward. And then we're going to just take a little step back to our downward dog, bending the knees, lifting the hips. A little walk of the dog, a little roll around, tucking the chin to the chest, come into a plank pose. So you can come to hands and knees if you'd like to, and take that easy side plank or take a full side plank this time. So remembering you can always put the knee down for support or take the full side plank, your choice. Then we're going to go to plank, lower the knees, lower the belly, the chest and the chin. Interlace the hands behind the back. As we inhale, lift, exhale, lower. 2 more times. Just move to the rhythm of your breath. And then when you've done your 3 rounds, let the palms find the floor. Inhale to our tabletop pose and exhale and rest in child's pose. So we're going to find a comfortable place. This time I like to take my hands to the feet. Maybe you'd like to keep the hands out in front. Maybe you'd like to lift the knees. When you're ready, inhale to all fours, table pose, and we'll step the right foot forward. So we'll do that same sequence. So we begin with the right knee stacked over the ankle, a little sway side to side, and we can stay here or inhale, lift the arms, gaze forward. We can just breathe nice and easy here or tip the head back to look between the hands, or we can reach the arms over the head. On our next exhale, hands either side of that front foot, keeping the left hand down. The right hand reaches up. You could tuck the toes, lift the back knee. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to that pose we began, then to a runner's stretch, or you can stay where you started. So just making sure that it feels comfortable where you are. We don't want any pain, not at all. Then we're going to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, hips back, torso forward, one-legged forward fold. To bend in the front knee as much as you need to. We'll come to a high lunge, so you can just reach up like you did before if you did this, or you can step forward. We can do the alternative where we inhale, lift, bring the palms together, exhale, and step the left foot behind us. So we stack our right knee over the ankle. So we should all be meeting up here, lifting to a high lunge, softening a little lower. And we'll find our warrior 2. So right knee stacked over the ankle, arms reaching out. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. 2 more times, just lifting and lowering. Breathe into the rhythm of your breath. We'll take a reverse warrior, lifting the front hand, and we'll rest the front hand down, reach into an extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. 1 more. Nice and easy with the flow. And then when you're ready, we'll meet up in warrior 2. And then when you're ready, taking the right hand down, wimbling the left hand down, turning both toes to stay forward, step back to downward dog. And then we bend the knees, little walk of the dog, tuck the chin into the chest, roll to a plank. You can stay here, you can come to a downward dog again, or you can just stay where you are. So if you want to take these little dips to plank and to downward dog, feel free. And we're going to tiptoe the feet towards the hands. And as we inhale, we're going to lift the arms over the head, palms meet. Exhale to the hands, to the heart center. So stay where you are. I'm just going to move around so you can see me for a tree pose. So we keep the right leg on the ground. Use the 4 corners of your right foot, left knee out to the side, keeping the toes on the floor. So you could take your arms up, you could take your arms out to the side. You could now lift that left foot, take it to the thigh. You could take it below the knee. You could keep the foot on the floor. As we inhale, we lift the arms. As we exhale, lower the arms like a tree in the breeze. So don't worry about wobbles, keeping a softness in your standing knee. And just breathe, gazing at something that's not moving. Be mindful not to press on the knee of the right leg. Bring the palms together now, hands to the heart center. Let both feet find the floor. Little sway side to side. Maybe close your eyes. Just feel both feet now. Notice the sensations as the body finds its balance. If you feel a little dizzy, opening the eyes. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale the hands to the heart center. Tree pose on the other side. So just beginning with the toes on the ground as you take the knee out to the side. Choose a position for the hands that feels comfortable. Choose a position for that right foot, whether it stays on the floor, below the knee or above the knee. Then we'll inhale the arms up together. Exhale, lower. Take a couple of more swaying trees in the breeze. Move into the rhythm of your breath. And soften, settle, little sway. Relaxing as much as you can. And then bringing both feet to the ground, hands to the heart center. Maybe closing your eyes. Hands by the side, mountain pose. Connect to the sensations in your feet now. Connect to the sensations in the legs. Notice the shoulders, the body, the breath. Inhale the arms over the head. As you exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway this time, hands on the shins. Exhale, we'll step back to downward dog. Tuck the chin into the chest. We'll have a little roll out to a plank pose. Crown reaches forward, heels back. And maybe we'll stay here. Maybe we'll take that little sway back to a downward dog. Maybe we'll come to hands and knees if that's too much. But just moving a little, how it feels good to move. And then we'll take a side plank on the right hand. So remember, you can drop the right knee to the ground for support. Take a full side plank. And as you exhale, we'll come back to plank or hands and knees. Inhale, over to plank pose on the other side. Use an exhale to lower to a plank pose. Knees, belly, chest and chin lower. Hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Couple more just like that, lifting, lowering. One more. When you're ready, palms find the floor. Big inhale to all fours. Exhale, child's pose. Rest here. Soften and breathe. Inhale to all fours. And we're going to come into a pigeon pose. So slide the right knee to the right wrist. Tuck the left toes, lengthen out the leg. And then come to rest on the forearms and the forehead. Now if this pigeon shape doesn't feel nice, you can get the same stretch by lying on the back, bending the right knee bending the right ankle and place it over the left knee. You can keep the left foot on the ground or take the hands behind the thigh, or you can straighten out the leg. So if pigeon face down was a little too much on the knee or the hip, it can be. Come to this position and just remain there until we start to move into the next pose. So in pigeon pose, we give it a nice little stretch to the outer right hip, the glute area. So see if you can notice how that feels. As you inhale, come up. And we're going to take the feet out in front. So we want to hug the left knee in and then place that left foot over the right knee. We'll take a twist. Right hand wraps around the left knee, left hand behind the back. So we could just gaze to the floor, or as we inhale, feel the spine lengthen. As we exhale, look over that left shoulder. Inhale back to the front, and we'll swap sides, a little counter twist to the other side. Then we're going to just give that left foot a little rock back and forth. Take the sole of the left foot along the right leg, hands by the side. So a seated tree. So we could sit upright, and we could take this forward. So you choose what feels nicest. So sitting upright in your seated tree, or folding the torso over your right leg, keeping a bend in the right knee. We don't want to overstretch the right leg. We want to soften and breathe. And as you inhale, we'll meet back with our legs crossed, right shin in front of the left. So you can do this with the hands behind the back, lift the heart a little, or you could fold the torso over the legs, whichever feels nicer. You could, if that felt uncomfortable, take both knees together, bend the knees, hands behind the back, just fold forward over both legs. So choose which position feels comfortable for you. Remember, we always want to feel comfortable in this Strala practice. Never ever suffer pain. Inhale, come up, and then we'll go back to that pigeon shape, right knee tucked in, and then back to our tabletop pose. So you can skip the pigeon shape if that didn't feel comfortable. We're going to take a few cat-cows, and then we'll just move to the other side. So either left knee moves to the left wrist, tucking the right toes, or you can take the opposite pose, lying on the back, taking the left ankle over the right knee this time. Wherever you are, just breathe nice and deep. Soften the shoulders and the jaw. And just let the breath become deeper. The deeper you breathe, the more you'll benefit from this practice. As you inhale, coming out of your forward folding pigeon, and if you're lying on the back, we'll all meet up by taking the left leg out, bending the right knee, placing the right foot over the left leg, and we'll take a twist. So left hand wraps around the leg, right hand behind the back, and we'll gaze over the right shoulder. So we don't want to go too deep, there's any strain, just an easy twist. We inhale, gaze back to center. As we exhale, swap over the arms, moving in the opposite direction. Bring the gaze forwards, and we'll take hold of this right foot, just give it a little sway, and we'll come into the seated tree. So that right foot anywhere along the left leg, we can keep the hands behind the back, stay upright, or we could soften forward on an exhale, keeping the left knee nice and soft, keeping the shoulders relaxed. The breath deep. Nice and easy breaths. Deeper we breathe, deeper we practice. As we inhale, come up. As we exhale, we're going to take the left knee in front of the right knee, or we could take the legs out straight as we explained before, hands around the backs of the knees, fold forward. We could sit up. So find a position that's comfortable for you. And breathe. As we start to come towards the close of the practice, we want to be maybe making our exhales a little longer than our inhales. As we inhale, come up. And then we'll all just take our hands behind our knees, bend our knees, take a little sway. We might stay there, or we might just let the heels hover over the ground. Little boat pose, arms out. So stay wherever you feel comfortable. And then we'll cross at the ankles, just have a little breather. We could stay there or come back for another round of boat. We could lower to a half boat, inhale, lift to a higher boat. So we never want to go into the realms of strain. We want to keep everything soft and fluid like the breath. So just move how it feels good for you to move. Let the body be lifted by the breath. You may want to catch hold of the toes, stretch out the legs if that's available to you. And then we'll come ourselves down and we'll take the hands behind the backs of the knees again. Give that lower back a little breath. Send the breath there. And then when you're ready, we'll come to lie down on our backs. Bring the knees into the chest. Little roll side to side. Take the soles of the feet onto the ground. Palms by the sides. And the knees are hip width apart. We're going to take some little pelvic rolls. So as you inhale, you want to let the pelvis roll forward. So there's a little space between the back that you could put your hand underneath the back and the mat. And as you exhale, press the lower back into the ground. So you might want to stay with this one, these pelvic tilts back and forth. Or you might want to move into some bridge lifts. So as you inhale, we press into the feet, lift the thighs, lift the hips, lift the waist. Exhale, slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lowers. Moving up and down to the rhythm of your breath. You might want to stay with those moves up and down. You might want to interlace the hands behind the back, shuffle the shoulders together. Staying up for a few breaths, tucking the chin in a little. You might want to, if it's available to you, take a wheel now by taking the hands over the head. As you inhale, pushing the floor away with the hands and the feet, opening like a wheel, lifting the heart. Exhale, wherever you are, we're going to lower. We're going to meet up with the soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides, hands resting on the belly for a sleeping butterfly pose. Feel the breath. Feel the body softening into the ground with the exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Take the hands around the thighs, guide the knees together, bring the knees in towards each other. We'll do an inversion. So we've got a few options. We could bend the knees, take the hands behind the thighs. Could take happy baby pose, lining the knees up with the heels, holding on to the toes. We could, if we wanted to, take the hands underneath the low back, just let the legs dangle in the air. If you have a wall nearby, you could lie with your legs up the wall in a legs up the wall pose. And for those of you who are confident and competent and comfortable in a shoulder stand, you could take a shoulder stand now. So when you're ready and you've finished your inversion, bring the knees into the chest and find your Shavasana, your relaxation pose. So this could be with the legs outstretched, could be with the knees bent, feet hip width apart, knees rolling into the center. Your hands could be by the sides, palms facing up. You could take the hands over the head or rest the fingertips on the belly. And start to let go. Let go of any hold on the muscles. Let go of any restriction in your breath. See if you can let go of the fluctuations of the mind. Let the body melt into the mat. Relax the toes, the legs, the hips, the back, the belly, the chest. Soften fingers and thumbs, arms and shoulders, head, face, muscles around the eyes and the jaw. Soften the center of the tongue. And just melt even more into the ground. And leave you here for a few more breaths. When it's time to move, I'll ring the singing bowl. Very slowly wiggle fingers and toes, hands and feet. Maybe you'd like to stretch. Maybe you would like to hug your knees. When you're ready, roll over to one side and find a comfortable seated position. Take a big inhale, bring the palms together. As you exhale, take the thumbs on the tips of your nostrils. We could repeat our alternate nostril breathing now, or if you didn't enjoy the alternate nostril breathing, just rest the hands on the knees or the thighs, close your eyes. Just watch your inhales and exhales. So breathing alternately through one nostril, releasing through the opposite nostril, as well as calming the mind and the body. Helps to settle both sides of the mind. And when you're ready, just bring the hands on the knees or the thighs. Maybe close your eyes still, bringing the palms together. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. See you next time.